This episode of the Geekery podcast is brought to you by chrome-colored spray paint. Oh, what a spray. What a lovely spray. I almost forgot how to start the episode. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Geekery podcast, episode 55. I'm Corey.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the Brothers Geek, here to bring you all the geeky things in the world of geekdom because we care about you and what you like.
Sort of.
Yeah, not really.
We care about what we like.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really talk about things that we don't like.
No, we do. We try to be unbiased. I mean, how many times have we talked about Ronda Rousey already?
Never good things about
Too
it.
much.
Too much.
Right.
We don't too much Ronda
it's
Rousey.
Because we don't like her. Way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
We got a lot of news to get to today.
All right.
Super excited about it. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
Stark he's a sickness.
Aw, Junior. You're gonna break your old man's heart.
If I have to.
Nobody has to break anything.
Clearly, you've never made an omelet.
You beat me by 1 second.
For those of you who don't know, you can go on to Netflix on their instant streaming and watch Age of Ultron right now.
Oh, that's right. They did put that up. That's awesome.
So that's your first little bit of news. We just lost a couple listeners who were like, "Oh, screw this podcast. I'm gonna go watch Age of Ultron instead."
They'll be back.
And you know what? We don't blame you.
They always come back.
And then they'll come back, start off right where they left off, and we're still talking about Age of Ultron, so it makes them want to watch it again.
I know. I want to watch it.
Yeah,
No, I want to.
Me too.
Yeah.
And Winter Soldier. Like
Yeah.
I've been really craving Winter Soldier lately.
Right.
All right. Well, we're gonna start out today with a little bit of sad news. I mean, so celebrity deaths happen every now and then, and sometimes they're sudden, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe Heath Ledger died. Can't believe Robin Williams committed suicide."
Right.
Things like that. And then sometimes they're just getting kind of old, so it's just a little sad. But it's they've had a good life.
So
and everything.
we're not saying they're getting old, like, oh, we're tired of hearing about the deaths.
Yeah.
No, they're just they age, and that's unfortunately, as you get older as a person,
Yeah.
all of your actors and actresses that you grew up with,
Yeah.
they're getting older as well.
And
And generally, when you watch them, when you're 12 years old, 14, 15 years old,
Yeah.
they're already in their 40s. A lot of them, like Robin Williams was.
Exactly.
So he was getting up there.
Yeah.
But
so
we have to bid farewell to a legendary one here.
oh yes, the master of horror, Wes Craven. Not Wes Craven.
Wes
Craven.
Wes Craven.
I have sullied his memory.
Oh.
But Wes Craven has died at 76. For those of you who have never really heard of him, you have. He did the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise.
Yep.
And he did the Scream franchise.
So I saw a meme that I thought was kind of fitting, and they were like, Wes Craven is gone, but he's not forgotten. He has now replaced Freddy
Yep.
as the Nightmare
He's the
creator in
Nightmare.
dreams.
Yep.
So I was like, that's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So farewell, Wes Craven. I know my wife was super sad to hear that he had died. He will be missed.
Yeah.
But life goes on, and we have birthdays to go through now. First of all, Super Mario Brothers is 30 years old today, Scott.
Well, happy birthday
Yes.
to Mario.
I don't
and
know-
Luigi Mario.
I don't... I'm writing that down as a clip.
What? Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's just like the full franchise. No, it's not. It's definitely not. It's Super Mario Brothers, though. It's the specific game for Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah. Not Mario from the arcade.
No, not like
Super
not like
Mario
Donkey
Bros.
Kong.
Number
or-
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
So yay! Elizabeth Henstridge had her birthday. I don't know how old she is. She is Agent Simmons on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Fitz, but
No.
Simmons.
Simmons. What happened to Simmons?
I don't really like her character
What?
that much.
I love her character.
I
think she's kind of a jerk sometimes.
I think she's being really weird lately.
Yeah. Well, if you remember what happened to her at the end of season 2.
Oh yeah, she got sucked into
Yeah, she got sucked into
Yeah.
the black thing.
That's right. I forgot about that. So
Yeah. So what happened to her? Maybe you don't have to worry about her anymore.
I don't know. Another one we have is Idris Elba.
Boo.
He's 43.
Oh, he's not so bad.
I don't.
He's kind of a jerk. That's all.
Yeah, he's being a jerk about Marvel movies.
But happy birthday anyway.
I just don't like. He's just being a big hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Marvel movies, they're not very good. They're not very artistic. And then he goes and does Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Really? Really?
You want to talk about not artistic? I have some sad Pacific Rim news later that we'll talk about.
Okay. Something about the second one?
Uh-huh.
Did they cancel it already?
No, well, I guess we'll get into it. It's just delayed.
Oh.
They delayed it,
Okay.
so... I said we get into it later. That doesn't mean ask me questions now.
You could have just said yes, and I would have been like, okay. Corey ruins the podcast.
No, you ruined the
This is the
podcast.
third
that time.
episode that you ruined it.
We will go back, and you will see that it is your fault. Jason David Frank is 42.
I don't know who that is.
That is the green and white Power Ranger, the original green and white Power Ranger. Mhm.
He's the one that's pushing for more Power Ranger stuff because he still loves
But he didn't
the
like
fact that he was a Power Ranger.
Yeah, but he didn't like the new the
fan-made
dark,
one?
Yeah, the dark Power Ranger short.
Sorry, Jason David Frank, you're wrong. That was awesome.
It's better.
It's so much
It's
better
so
than
much
anything that you've done.
I think that goes into production January of next year. The new Power Rangers movie.
Yes, I think you're right.
So we'll see if it's any good.
Well,
And then finally, there might be more.
good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy, Keanu Reeves.
All around good guy. He's 51.
Wow.
Ted. He's Ted, right? Is he Bill or is he Ted?
I think he's Ted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ted, who knows
He's
Kung
also
Fu.
John Wick.
And John Constantine.
Yeah.
And of course Neo.
He doesn't seem to age.
Not really.
In fact, they think he's an immortal because there's a bunch of pictures of like 1700 something. The guy looks just like him.
Oh, really? Wow.
I mean, it's a coincidence, but it's really funny because, well, maybe he is immortal. I don't know.
The rumor is that Elijah Wood stole the One Ring from the Lord of the Rings set, and he still has it today because he's not aging at all. In like 20 years, he looks exactly the same.
I want to be a person that doesn't age.
Yeah.
Yeah. With my luck, though, I'll be like, what are you, 50? I'm 33. Ugh.
Oh, woe is me for looking 33. Scott, we should probably talk about the lopsided teams in Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got our first pictures a couple weeks back of the two different teams that will be facing off with each other in Captain America Civil War.
Uh-huh.
And on Captain America's side, you've got Captain America, Hawkeye, Agent Carter, not Peggy Carter, but Sharon Carter.
her.
Agent 13.
Yeah.
Black Widow, I think?
No.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes.
And then on Iron Man's side, you've got Iron Man, War Machine, Vision, Black Widow, and who's the other one?
Well, Ant-Man was on.
Yeah, so that's the thing is people don't realize that if you look closely at Hawkeye's shoulder, Ant-Man is on his shoulder too. Yeah. Black Panther was the other one on Iron Man's side.
That's right.
So and it really seems very one-sided as a matchup because on one side you've got two armored suits, like two armored mech suits basically.
Yeah.
That are pretty much they started the whole thing. They're powerful enough and that spurred everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
And then you've got pretty much a living god in the Vision.
True. The thing is
and Black Panther's amazing too.
Right. Yeah. And as far as terms of power go, they're very lopsided.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they're good.
But I mean, here's the thing: is Ant-Man's God.
Yes, he is.
I mean, you can crush a war machine suit as Giant Man. I really hope he goes big.
I hope so too. I don't know if they'll do that though. They might save that for like Thanos.
That would be like, let's level the playing field.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
then people that didn't show up on that sides, Scarlet Witch, who is supposed to be like the wild card.
Yep. Hulk.
And Hulk, which Mark Ruffalo said the Hulk was cut from Civil War because they're saving him for Thanos and everything.
Okay.
Thor is obviously not there because he's on
in Ragnarok.
Yeah, he's in Ragnarok right now. I love how it's just like he's in Ragnarok. And then Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man hasn't shown up. So I think
But
we're getting...
he's only going to be there briefly anyways.
Are you sure? Because I was hearing people talk that they were that Tony was going to give Spider-Man a suit, basically. A version of the Iron Spider suit. So you got that back and forth, which would be super cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Way cool.
So we'll see how it goes. Maybe there'll be a few more Inhumans in there.
Yeah.
And other superpowered people that just make cameo appearances that all the geeks can go, I know that guy. I know that guy.
Yep.
But yeah, so it does appear lopsided, but Captain America has always been kind of on the lopsided.
If you think about it, Cap and Bucky are very good strategists.
True, and they're both super soldiers themselves.
Right. So, yeah, they may be able to handle.
Yeah, they can.
Although,
tango.
I mean, like Iron Man, they've built him up to the point where he can go toe to toe with Thor.
It's true. He goes toe to toe with Thor and the Hulk. He does need a Hulk Buster for that, though. Yeah. Does he have a Cap Buster armor?
Probably. It's probably not. It's like
it's just so. It's got the Soviet symbol.
I was going
on
to say
it.
yes. It's the it's the hammer and sickle on it, and it's the same suit, just different colors.
Yes, because not even Tony would go full Nazi.
Oh, and
He
the
would just go
frisbee
communist.
thing, and the frisbee thing. Maybe he's got like just a magnet to zick.
Just to repel it.
Yeah, that would work.
Perfect. Done. We are writing the best Civil War movie out there. Yep. It's great.
One thing you have to remember too is Civil War is totally different from what the comics are.
Yeah,
the way they're doing it is way different. So you have to forget. If you like the comics, you have to forget.
Exactly.
What's going on.
Because you can't go in there expecting the comic to happen, because you don't have the Fantastic Four,
right?
You don't have the full rights to the Spider-Man. You don't have. I mean, Daredevil maybe will make a cameo appearance,
maybe,
but he won't be in there too much.
He's a street level hero.
Yeah.
He might not.
Like they didn't really talk about him, and they're throwing in all these people that weren't really in Civil War. Like Baron Zemo is still apparently the bad guy, the main bad guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and Crossbones is going to be in it too.
All right.
So something's. I mean, it's going to be different, and you're just going to have a superhero fight in there that ends up, turning into a superhero team up like usual.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So now let's talk about a little bit of sad Marvel news. I don't know if it's sad.
Sort of.
It's kind of worrying.
Yeah.
So
I'd say I'm concerned.
Yeah, so Disney did some restructuring for Marvel Studios.
Right.
And Kevin Feige,
I just call him Feige.
Is no longer reporting to Marvel, like in their heads for the movies. He's now reporting to Disney in their heads for the Marvel movies.
Right.
That's just kind of a changing of the guard thing. That doesn't seem too bad.
Okay. You say reporting, but there's also another part of the story is they disbanded the entire Marvel Creative Council, I think is what they call it.
Consultant team or something like that.
Yeah, which included a lot of Marvel Comics
and
writers.
I was just about to get to that, because that's the most worrying part.
Yeah.
Now, so there's a rumor floating around, and this is just a rumor. I don't know if I believe it or not.
Okay.
That it's because of Ant-Man. That Ant-Man underperformed a little bit. And to be fair, Ant-Man was a movie with a lot of problems with it. You changed directors like halfway through. Right. It was weird.
Not underperformed necessarily. They thought they considered it unsuccessful.
Yeah.
Which is dumb, because it did make like $500 million.
Exactly.
It 5 times what they put into it. So Disney, and this is the problem, is I have a feeling they're getting this ego thing where they feel that every one of their movies should make $1 billion.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen.
And when a movie doesn't, they get pissed,
yeah,
or upset, or worried, or something. When you got to think of it like every other movie. Most other movies don't even come close to that.
They make 300 million or so, yeah,
250,
and they find themselves successful. But
yes.
I think, and I'm really worried that Disney executives are just seeing this, they're not making billions of dollars. That means something's wrong. We got to restructure everything.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that's not the case.
Well, corporate goofballs don't understand things,
yeah.
So,
Well, hopefully what we've got is every movie that is currently scheduled.
Right.
From Civil War all the way up through Infinity War Part 1, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Doctor Strange.
Yep.
All of those were still under the creative team. They were still kind of going through that process.
I hope that they don't cancel him.
Yeah,
or
because
put
that
him on
could be
hold.
that could be
Because look what they did look what DC did.
Yeah, exactly.
With their whole Man of Steel 2 is now indefinitely.
Yeah, well, that was a rumor because they just announced the director for it.
That was Wonder Woman, I thought.
No. The director for Man of Steel is George Miller.
I thought that was a rumor as well.
No, I thought that. We're so good at this, Scott.
Right.
No, I think, it's just a little worrying because this is. I mean, Marvel needs to look at DC and see what they're doing because what are they doing? Everybody's responding positively to Batman, and suddenly their entire lineup is changing to include more Batman.
No.
And it's like, no, that's not what we want. We want DC movies. We don't want Batman movies anymore. We've had
enough.
We've had 7 Batman movies in the last 20 years,
and only the last 3 have been massive successes.
Last 30 years.
Okay, well, yeah,
but only the last 3 have been super successful. You had plenty of flops in there.
Yeah,
you had plenty that people look back now and they're just like, that was a terrible movie.
Well, like Superman, the first 2 did really well.
Yeah.
And then the next 3 didn't do so well.
Yeah.
And the Man of Steel did really well. I don't know what people's problem with it is.
Did it do really well? Well, the problem with it is that it's weird. It's not the Superman they know and love.
And that's fine because, things change, guys. I get that. And that is one thing that DC does bug with is they want to do everything dark.
Yeah.
Because of the Dark Knight trilogy.
Exactly. And that's Marvel's done a really good job so far of keeping their movies fresh in that regard. So it looks like domestically, Man of Steel did almost $300 million.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, it had a $225 million production budget, but worldwide it did $670 million.
Yeah.
It did well. I mean, that's successful to me. I don't know if that's not successful.
It's not successful. Sorry, because unfortunately, companies don't look at the worldwide take. They look at American take, and a movie that cost $225 million to make that only made $75 million after all that takeaway.
Oh man, only made $75 million.
Yeah,
only.
Most companies need like at least double their investment before they feel like they're doing good.
Greedy bastards.
It really is. It is a bunch of greed, but just because of that, I think that may have also spurred on Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
they may have said, we can't just do a Justice League movie. We have to make people want the Justice League movie. You have to do Batman v Superman.
I'm so anxious and nervous for DC's movies.
It is.
I really am.
Yeah, and now we have to be anxious about Marvel too.
Yeah. Well, here's what's going to happen. If worst case scenario, in the next few years, the comic book movie scene dies down.
Yes,
that sucks.
It does,
but that just means that in another 5 to 10 years, they can start it all up again.
They can reboot it, and they'll do an Iron Man reboot in there and everything, and they'll try and bring back the old favorites. But it's like what Marvel is doing with bringing new characters in. Yes, I understand everybody loves Iron Man.
Yeah,
but you can't have Iron Man for 6 movies. He's gonna get old, for people, not like physically.
I don't know.
Robert Downey Jr. is always going to be a man-child.
I thought that perhaps after... So we've had him in 5 movies so far.
Yes.
I thought that after... Or by this many movies, I would be sick of him. I am not sick of Iron Man. I love seeing him in everything.
More! Give me more!
Yeah.
But adding in new characters and adding in this roster... So that's what I always liked about the Avengers is actually it was an ever-changing roster. Justice League is always Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Manhunter, maybe, Aquaman, Flash.
I'm going to tell you you're not correct on that.
It's true. Like there
Justice
have been
League does cycle through members.
Sorry. In my readings, which have been I will admit I've only started reading DC Comics since the New 52, which is the core 7.
Yeah. Well, they started it up as the core for sure.
And it's just...
But has the Avengers ever had a core besides Captain America?
No, not really. And that's what I love about it, is there's never ever been... Like, even Captain America sometimes, like, new Avengers don't have him. And yes, I understand that's kind of a different team, but they're still Avengers. Just like Justice League of America's but that's kind of separate from the Justice League. They don't really have any affiliation with
I
them.
don't really like that.
Really?
I don't like that they I get getting in and out new members, that's fine, but they don't have a core like 3 or 4 that are always there. That's what I like about the Justice League is they, even though they have other stuff going on, they still have enough time to band together to save the Earth.
So let me flip this around and tell you about 2 cartoons and which one I like better because it has an ensemble cast.
Okay.
So on the one hand, you've got Earth's Mightiest Heroes,
Yes.
which its cast fluctuates between the same 7 characters because some leave and some come back.
Yeah.
Great Marvel cartoon.
Probably their only good Marvel cartoon, really.
I haven't seen Avengers Assemble yet, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't perform as well. And then on the other hand, you've got Justice League Unlimited, which is this huge ensemble cast of hundreds of DC characters, and each episode or each episode block, you get like 2 or 3 characters interacting with each other. Even though it's 10 years older than Earth's Mightiest Heroes, way better, in my opinion, as a cartoon, which is very funny considering I'm complaining that Justice League doesn't do that.
Right.
So, I don't know. Like, I love the rotating roster. I love the revolving door mechanic.
Well, which is why I'm excited for the TV series Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes, I think Legends of Tomorrow is going to be a great example of that.
Yeah.
So
speaking of which,
we got our first look at Hawkman and Hawkgirl for Legends of Tomorrow.
I get a lot of flack from people about these 2 characters. They're like, that's stupid. They have wings.
Yeah.
They're dumb. Yet I see this, I'm like, these guys are awesome looking.
Yeah, they're badass warriors. This is what they look like.
They look amazing.
Yeah, and they keep that style, and that's the thing, is that's what CW is really doing. They're keeping the style of the character, but changing them enough to make them look modern.
Yeah.
And they've taken that page from Marvel, because Marvel, you can't have Captain America and his stars and stripes kind of thing. They did that in the first movie for the first part, and you're just like, he looks stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy.
Yeah. But they're taking, oh my gosh, it looks so cool.
Who plays Hawkman?
Hawkman is played by
Falk Henschel?
which I think we talked about him.
He kind of looks like Armie Hammer.
A little bit like Armie
like
Hammer.
his facial structure. But anyways, the suits they're like kind of like leather armored suits. They've got their full on hawk looking masks on, kind of reminiscent of Thor's mask.
Yeah.
Only cooler.
Yep. And it makes, and he's got a mace too, which is really cool.
Right.
Like Hawkman's mace is just awesome. So it looks like he was in Transcendence, Night and Day, White House Down,
Street Dance 2.
Street Dance 2. He'll be on Arrow before he's on Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay.
He was on an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode, which is that's gonna be a little trippy. He's just they're all TV actors, and that's the problem. Is I love the characters like Supergirl. They just announced an actor to play Dr. T.O. Morrow, and he's going to be the Red Tornado as well.
Yeah,
like they're making him the Red Tornado, which is super cool. Which it would just be the Professor, and then his voice is the voice that's used for the Red Tornado.
Yeah,
the robot that he makes. But I looked at the actor, and I'm like, I have no idea who this guy is.
Yeah, that's okay.
So look out for the Red Tornado, people. But yeah, we'll post that on the Facebook page, and you can get a good look of it. Those are freaking cool outfits, in my opinion.
Okay, so did we talk about Diggle's new costume on Arrow?
No. I have it down here. So let's actually
bring
it up.
Here we've got Hawkgirl and Hawkman, 2 relatively unknown superheroes.
Yes,
that look amazing. They look fantastic, and I was really excited that they're going to do CG wings, real wings, not metal wings, not jetpacks. Although jetpacks might be kind of cool.
I was just about to say, I've seen Hawkgirl with a jetpack.
Then we get this look at Diggle from Arrow. He's the token black guy on the show. He's
pretty much the butt of every one of our jokes.
Yes,
we're making fun.
He's the ex-Afghanistani veteran.
And he gets a costume in the latest season because he's basically becoming the vigilante while Arrow is gone.
He's wearing a motorcycle suit, full leather getup, and he's got a helmet, but not a motorcycle helmet.
No,
it's a Magneto helmet.
He's got a Magneto helmet.
It is literally Magneto's helmet.
You know what would be really cool, Scott? If they just closed the front of that helmet.
Yeah,
First
made
of
it
all,
a shield.
Yeah, made it like a face shield. First of all, you wouldn't be able to see his face, which is kind of the intention when you're wearing a mask. You know, you're not supposed to be able to see the face. And second of all, it wouldn't look like a stupid Magneto helmet.
No,
so
it really does. It's something that a magnet power wielding person would wear.
Exactly. It looks like he looked like.
I would rather have him have the Polaris helmet. If we're gonna go anywhere, make it Polaris's helmet with the big old spikes on top. And,
are we just giving him magnet powers?
Yes.
That this season, every time he gets into trouble, we're just going to shout at him to use his magnetism.
Use your magnetism powers.
Why aren't you?
Or it's gonna go back to Afghanistan.
Oh no, you don't know. No, you don't want to go back there.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. We watched the clips for the Arrow, and we'll talk about these in the trailers, but the Arrow one and the Flash season trailer and stuff, and the Arrow one looks super goofy to me. And
I was going to talk about that when we got to it. So when we get to it, I want to talk about what I thought of it, because it doesn't look as good a quality as the Flash one does.
Yeah, all right. Well,
which could mean they're kind of phasing Arrow out and bringing Flash to the forefront, because Flash was amazing.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
So Pacific Rim is being delayed, the second one.
Yes.
Is it just being delayed to start, or is it currently
just production has reportedly been delayed.
No, that's not that big of a deal, really. How many movies get delayed? A lot. Most.
And so it's not so much like, oh, this is cringeworthy news, terrible news, everyone.
You're just like, we won't get it as soon.
I have to wait longer. This is for me, people. This podcast is for me.
Corey loves his Pacific Rim. He loves giant robots. He loves giant monsters. He loves when they punch each other.
Speaking of giant monsters punching each other,
that's true.
We are getting a Godzilla versus King Kong movie.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Pokemon.
No. We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, we are apparently... Godzilla vs. King Kong is happening. And if it's anything like the last Godzilla vs. King Kong, there will be two versions of the ending. One in which King Kong wins, that goes to America, and then one in which Godzilla wins, that goes to Japan.
I can't hate this.
As much as you'd like.
No.
You can't.
I can't hate it. I can't hate the idea of Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah.
Two iconic characters duking it out, and I want the Asian dude to come in and say, "Let them fight again."
Yes, they're gonna have to make King Kong a lot bigger than he actually is, because Godzilla in the latest Godzilla movies is gigantic.
Oh yeah,
like as tall as the Empire State Building, gigantic.
Yeah,
like he's supposed to be. King Kong has never been that big, except for when he's fighting Godzilla.
Yeah.
I want.
I'm okay with
what
King
I
Kong
want is
being
Pacific Rim 2, where more portals open up, okay? And they're like the Jaegers are going to one portal, and they're like, what do we do about this other one? It's like, something's coming up from below the sea, and Godzilla comes up and fights that portal for him. Don't worry, I got this.
And then they just go, oh, crap, one more giant monster we got to worry about.
Yeah.
I want to see Kaiju fighting Godzilla.
So do you want to talk about Pokemon Go right now? Or do you want to talk about it during the trailers and videos? Because we have the trailer for it.
Yeah, let's talk about both.
Okay, so Pokemon Go.
Yeah, we'll talk about the trailer in the trailers.
Yeah.
But
Pokemon Go is an app that's coming out for your Android, I believe, too. Like, everything has to be on Android and iPhone these days because there's just such a split. But it's coming out for both.
It's already out, I believe.
Really?
I believe. I'm looking it up right now.
I didn't think it was out yet. So what it is basically it's what if Pokemon were in the real world.
Yeah.
And it's one of these apps, like, it's kind of like geocaching if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's Pokemon geocaching where they'll appear in random spots in the area around you, tracked by your GPS, and then it'll say, hey, there's a Pokemon 400 meters that way. And, you go on a little hiking adventure, and you come across a Pikachu, and you capture a Pikachu.
I'm waiting for the first news story where it's like, man is killed in avalanche or rock slide reportedly looking for Articuno or something
Yes,
like that.
Exactly. I saw a meme where it was an airplane, like a commercial airplane, chasing after one of the later like legendary bird Pokemon.
Right.
And it's like this is what's going to happen when the pilot finds out that there's a legendary Pokemon in the skies.
Flight
I'm sorry.
363, you are off course. Please correct. Nope, can't do it. Got to catch them all.
And then then the people in ground control are like, "Oh, we'll clear the skies for you." Because according to Pokemon Go,
it looks like you got a Charizard on your tail.
Yep.
You need to make sure you check that out.
according to Pokemon Go, everybody will have this.
yeah, and we'll talk about the trailer.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the trailer.
It's finally funny that they're announcing some kind of Pokemon game for a mobile platform that isn't a dedicated game platform.
Yeah.
So your phones, your tablets, things like that. And we've been waiting for this for a long time.
We have.
However, most people just really wanted just the game.
It's true.
They just wanted the game, even if it was the old one.
Yeah, I don't want to socialize and run around like, hey, geeks, run around outside a lot.
There's that one game where it's like the Rebels versus the Alliance or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like Ingress is what it's called.
Yeah, Ingress, yep.
Yeah, and you have to capture points, and it's just like, that sounds fun, but I'm okay staying at home and not doing that.
Yeah, I really don't want to go wandering around the neighborhood trying to do stuff.
You know where I can do that from the comfort of my home?
In front of a video game.
Yeah, Civ 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have another leaked image that suggests that Apocalypse in Age of Apocalypse, the X-Men movie, might be getting a new, better look.
So does this mean?
Does
this mean they're going to overlay what they currently
the
have?
Ivan Ooze look?
Yeah,
I hope so, because that look right there,
that's awesome.
That looks amazing.
That
it looks fantastic.
That is
and this
Apocalypse.
definitely could be in the wake of Fantastic Four,
right?
Where everybody's like, we don't like Doom's look, or we don't like the Thing having no pants.
No, this is in the wake of the internet outcry and memes of Ivan Ooze.
Now, this is just a rumor, but if this is the image as it is shown, then I'm all for it. He looks fantastic. He looks like Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And if they just... Fox, just
do it. Who's playing him again?
Oscar Isaacs, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think is who it is.
Yeah, I remember that. I think you're right.
And he's going to be in Force Awakens as well. I'm not sure as who.
Because I look at Apocalypse and he's got the same look in every comic and every cartoon. Don't change him.
Yeah.
Make him look as close as possible.
Because nobody else changes him.
You know, Dr. Doom's look in the very first Fantastic Four, while cheesy, because of the tech, he was really close to the original.
Looked like Dr. Doom.
He had the green cape / robe, hood, whatever. What would they call that? A trench coat? I don't know.
It would be a cape.
Yeah. It's like a
cloak.
Green cloak. That's right. That's a better word for it. Because it's got the hood with it.
Yeah.
And he looked as close to the comic version as they could do at that time. And that's great. And he looked awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie itself was meh, and the acting was meh, but still they kept the look. And in the new one, apparently he looks like computer herpes.
Oh, jeez.
Like his face,
he looks like the Borg had sex with Dr. Doom.
Yeah, or the Cybermen.
Yeah.
Oh well, I really hope that's true. That leaked image is actually the case. Because
great.
That would be sweet.
Yeah. All right. So there's some Marvel news, some Marvel Comics news, which
there's always Marvel news.
It's true. There's always Marvel news.
Yeah.
We got our first look at a new Hulk. And who is the new Hulk?
Amadeus Cho,
yes.
One of my favorite characters.
So
actually, he's like the 6th or 7th smartest person in the Marvel universe.
He literally does physics in his eye. Like whenever they show him in the comics, that's my favorite part. Is they overlay the physics of how he's going to
the math and stuff.
The math and everything. It looks really cool when they do that. But apparently he's the new Hulk, which is interesting.
I'll be reading it, but it'll be interesting to see
we'll see how it goes. We also learned that Mary Jane Watson is heading over to the Invincible Iron Man comic.
She's going to be dating Tony.
Member? Is that what?
Yes, she is dating Tony. Okay. She is breaking up with Peter Parker, and she's dating Tony. And you know what? They're perfect for each other.
They're both self-centered, self-righteous pieces of crap.
Yeah, I hate her.
And
I
Tony.
I can't stand her character.
Yeah.
She is not. Here's Peter Parker, who is this nice, super nice person who will do anything for anyone, even if it means giving up his own life to save your cat.
Yeah.
He'll do it. Like that's how good of a person he is. And he's dating this girl who is selfish, and she is always. Why do you have to be Spider-Man? Why can't you be with me? You know, it's time to give her up.
You're a little biased though, Scott, because you're a Geek.
I am
A Gwen geek.
a Gwen fan. I'm a fanboy for Gwen.
A Gwen.
Or a Gwenny? A Rhodey? Gwen Rhodey?
A Gwenny?
I can't say I'm a Rhodey because that's a character in Marvel as well.
Yeah. But speaking of Gwen Stacy. So a little bit ago, past month or so, they did a lot of variant covers because everybody loves Gwen Stacy as Spider-Girl.
Yes.
Spider-Gwen.
Yes.
Is basically what I mean, she's not called that in the comic because that would give away her secret identity, but everybody loves it. Everybody thinks it's fantastic. So they did a whole variant month where it's like Gwen as Doctor Strange and the Gwen Vengers,
yeah.
The Ingwenable Hulk, things like that.
Yeah.
The Wolverine as Gwen as Wolverine and everything. And one of them stuck to the point that it is becoming its own comic.
Yes.
And that would be the Gwen mashup with Deadpool. That's right. We are getting a Gwenpool comic, ladies and gentlemen.
So
I am going to get it.
All of you Gwenonites.
Gwenonites.
Can join with me in celebrating the fact that Gwen Stacy is getting Gwenpool, and she's already got Spider-Gwen.
It's true.
Yeah. I think that's what the title is called, isn't it?
I just think it's called... Maybe it is called Spider-Gwen.
I think it is Spider-Gwen. Yeah. That's not what she's called in the comic, but that's what the comic title is.
Gwenpool, I mean, she looks like Deadpool, a female Deadpool with pink and white instead of red and black, which is so awesome. And I want to see what they can do with it.
I want to see him meet. I want to see Gwenpool and Deadpool meet.
And just Deadpool be like, "What? I don't understand. You're not even my girl."
Or just like, I already love you, or something.
Yes.
Yep.
Speaking of which, I read Return of the Living Deadpool.
Okay.
Which is the Deadpool versus Zombies comic. It's pretty fantastic. It's like a 5-issue miniseries. So I recommend that. Not my pick of the week, but I recommend it.
Okay.
All right.
We recommend you read lots of comics.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please.
Seriously.
And local comics, too, if you can.
Yeah. Local shops need your help.
Keep the shops in business.
Just so we can keep going there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a rumor floating around that the villain in Suicide Squad is not going to be the Joker.
Oh, I kind of knew that already, actually.
A lot of people are expecting it to be him, though.
I read a bunch of rumors before that he's only in it for the first 15 minutes, and that's the same as Batman.
So
Batman's
it's just
only in it for the first
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the first little bit.
Do you want to know who the rumored villain is supposed to be?
Sure.
Apparently, the Suicide Squad is being formed together to take down the Enchantress. She gets a flare up, which is one of the Suicide Squad in the photo. She's the one in the bathtub during the trailer.
Yeah,
and she is supposed to be she gets this power. She accidentally kills her brother with it, and she goes kind of crazy and starts, and the Suicide Squad has to go in and take her down, which will lead, of course, to them realizing that she's just a girl, and they're being lied to by the government, and then they'll go take down Amanda Waller or they'll try to take down Argus, but yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, that's coming out 2016, right? Right in the
I think it's
August, September.
No, I thought it was February. I can't remember, but
so is it coming out before Batman vs Superman?
No. You're right. It's coming out after, so it is August, September area.
Okay,
so
cool.
Yeah, finally DC's getting into the superhero game now that we're in the sunset of it.
I like this next.
I know you do,
and because we just watched this again,
and that's why I put this on here.
Good,
but Jurassic World has been voted this year's most mistake-riddled movie.
Now, technical mistakes or mistakes of plot?
I think it's plot mistakes, because we'll look it up here.
The whole time we watched Jurassic World Friday. The whole time I'm watching it, I'm going, why didn't they just do this? That would have been much easier.
Oh,
why did they do that?
Most factual and most continuity errors.
Okay.
Yeah. 18 documented errors.
Oh, wow.
Let's see.
right.
So, and then some of them. So let's actually. Can we actually look at this? And
I think so. Yeah.
so let's see. Continuity mistake. Just before the Indominus Rex ambush, in one shot, the asset containment unit trooper Myers is equipped with a taser rifle, and the next she's equipped with a cattle prod.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
So that's just like some of these are literal like technical mistakes.
It looks like most of them are some kind of technical mistakes or whatever. Oh yeah, the 4-inch hills thing was even commented on by our family.
Yes,
they're like, how did she do all that in 4-inch hills?
So here's
There's no
interesting.
way.
I've heard stories of this and stories as a Tumblr post. So give it as much credence as you want about a girl who trained her entire life to run and climb and jump in heels because she saw Catwoman doing it and she wanted to be like Catwoman. So now she can she can run up hills, she can, jump on things and climb on things in heels because she's trained in it.
So,
but this girl definitely hasn't trained in heel running.
Yeah. So this is all full of plot holes and technical mistakes and continuity errors. That's fine. For me, it's major plot holes of... So the Indominus Rex, they do a scan of the habitat, and it comes up that there's nothing in there. They can't pick it up on thermal. Yeah. So rather than her just call from the control room of the Indominus Rex's cage and say, "Hey, can you find out where this one is with their tracking device?" She gets in her car and starts driving to the control room and calls anyways.
So if you really want to see all the mistakes in the movie, go watch the How It Should Have Ended for Jurassic World because it's got all of these, and it's things like, "Hey, where is she? She's still in the cage. Oh, okay. She's got camouflage." Yeah, and then the Indominus goes, "Oh, nuts."
Yeah,
or one of the ones that I really hate, the giant Indominus Rex sized door that you do not need. Like, there's no way you need that. She was in there from birth, most likely. Yeah. You just need a service door.
They will eventually have to move her.
That's true.
That's why it was built in.
That one makes a little bit more sense.
But exactly. But there should be a small door.
They go in through the small door, and then he runs out through the big one. It's like, idiot. Yeah. Go run through the small door. It's probably the same amount of time to run there.
There's a lot of things like the kids are in the gyrosphere, and the ride shuts down. So what should a technically advanced ride do? Locks all controls, turns you around, and takes you right back.
Exactly. But no,
it just lets you do whatever.
It's like, hey, you need to go back. Hey.
No, it didn't even say that. It just said, this ride is closed.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't say, please return.
Yeah.
It didn't do any of that. It just let them do whatever. And then the kids, of course, go, let's go off-road. No.
Fixing a 20-year-old Jeep does not work like that.
Yeah.
And that was another one in the Hishi. How it should have been.
Yeah, they get the old Jeep from the original Jurassic Park running. It's like, no, there's no gasoline.
No. After 20 years.
That gasoline is so stale and old, it doesn't... Gasoline lasts for like 6 months, people. Yeah. So... When The Walking Dead finds gasoline in a car that's been sitting for 3 years, probably not going to run very well or at all.
Yeah.
So it'll still ignite, but it doesn't run in a car.
Yeah.
That's why when you leave a car sitting for a long time, you have to put an additive in to stabilize it.
Okay.
So
so one of the points that they made in that How It Should Have Ended was the drop off between the walls and the actual cage. Yeah. Like, zoos have been doing that for years where they have that huge, like, trench dug in so that, it does kind of ruin the majesty of it being like, this is a biome inside, But it's like, it's safe. Yeah. And that's the problem that I have with Jurassic World. It's still a great movie. I love it. But nobody in that was really, like, good on reading their safety regulations or anything like that.
There's the part where when the kids are leaving and the older kid says something to his girlfriend, and they're doing this, and they try to build up this whole like relationship tension between the two, and then they never mention it again. Never. I think she sends him a photograph that says "miss you," and that's it. Yeah, that is it.
Which she's a teenage girl. The photo that they showed would not have been the photo that actually got sent.
I can't. I watched the acting and stuff in this. And I'm sorry, the only thing that this movie has going for it is the fact it's got dinosaurs. Yeah. That's it. That is. I'm sorry, Corey. I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
know you love it.
It's okay. I think it's great. I agree that it does have mistakes with it.
In fact, after watching it again,
But it did pass the $1 billion mark.
That's fine, but after watching again, I would have to drop my rating on it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
I don't remember what I rated it last time, but it would be at least a half star lower.
Okay.
If not more.
All right. Fine. Well, Scott, I'm pissed off.
Why?
Well, not for Jurassic World. I'm pissed off because the UK and France are getting an earlier release date for Episode 7 than we are.
What?
Ridiculous, right? After all we did for them in World War II.
Why?
I don't know.
This happened actually with Avengers, I think, as well.
It
a lot of
with
overseas.
And I think it's probably because
it has nothing to do
premiere.
with. So in America, new movies come out Thursday night.
Yeah,
and like comics are Wednesday and movies are Thursday and new music and stuff is Tuesday.
Yeah, new DVDs are Tuesday.
Yeah. So I think that's all it is something like, unless it's weeks. If it's weeks before, what the heck?
Let's find out, actually, maybe.
The other thing, too, is you got to think about, in the UK and France, their holidays are different than us. They still celebrate Christmas and stuff. That's fine.
I have the wrong link on there. Well, it looks like we don't get to find out.
Yeah. They still have Christmas and stuff, but the way that they handle it's a lot different. Here in America, people take a week off for Christmas.
Not even that, like 2 days.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
You know,
because
in the UK,
we're corporate America.
In the UK, they're like 3 weeks, a month.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Here, take December off.
That's probably why they do it.
Yeah.
Is so they can catch people when they're off, you know, right when they get off. Yeah, so.
Yep. Oh, well. Alrighty.
Yep.
John Wagner says there will be another Dredd film, which is great.
The sad thing is it may not be, or most likely won't be with Carl Urban.
Which is
even if
really
he wants
sad.
to.
Yeah.
Because he said, he's come out, he says, I would love to do another Dredd.
I don't know why they don't get him for it then.
I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
Because it'll probably be 15 years down the road for the next Dredd film, and he'll be too old for it.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Before we get into the casting couch, I wanted to talk about TV shows because we are getting to that time where TV shows are coming out now. So these are all the shows that are geeky that are coming out this fall, and there are a lot of them.
And if we missed some,
Please
I have a feeling we did, because I have one on here I don't know if you've got yet.
Okay.
If we missed some, please let us know, and we will find out for you.
And so we're going to start out, we're going to do the ones that do have a release date and ones that are just kind of scheduled for around this time.
Okay.
So, starting August 23rd, which has already come and passed, Fear the Walking Dead started.
A couple episodes. I hear okay things about it.
Okay.
But I don't think that it's as good as The Walking Dead from what the reviews say.
It better be a different show.
It is.
It better not just be the Walking Dead spin-off hour, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Walking Dead Power Hour.
Walking Dead Power Hour. And then we jump all the way to September 21st. So 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
Gotham Season 2 on September 21st starts. And yes, we're watching that this year, Scott.
I understand. I'm just not that excited for it. So
Minority Report on Fox.
Same day. I'm actually really excited for
In fact, they'll probably be a back-to-back type of thing.
Nice.
And then September 22nd is Limitless, the TV show.
Okay.
And those are both geeky in the sense of they're like future.
They're sci-fi-ish.
Yeah. But all three of those are crime dramas. I'm not sure how much crime drama I can handle. You might be watching Limitless on your own.
Most of what's on TV right now is a crime drama.
I know. Most of it is.
Even The Flash.
I know. And that's
Flash
what's
is semi.
and then we skip to September 29th, which is the week after.
Okay.
We get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 starts.
Okay.
Which is going to be awesome. Secret Warriors.
I hope it is. I hope it is.
Yeah. October 6th is The Flash Season 2 premiere.
So excited for that.
That one's... I'm sad it's not in September. I'm sad they waited until October.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
Well, they're doing it so that it goes well into spring.
Yeah. And then the week after is... Or not the week. The day after, October 7th, is Arrow Season 4 premiere.
Okay.
Which, again, we'll talk about when we get to trailers and videos. And then The Walking Dead Season 6 starts on October 11th.
Okay, we got to finally catch up.
Yep. We're actually going through The Walking Dead, like the previous seasons. It's just on Netflix.
I know. I watched a few episodes as I was walking past, and I went, oh. Some of the older episodes are not that good.
You know what, though? It's actually... Like, it really takes you back and makes you remember the different characters and their different arcs. Like, this is going to sound weird, but I feel bad for Shane. Like, as a character, I feel bad for Shane. Because everybody remembers him as this jerk who just tried to kill Rick because he went crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
But he kind of he was just trying to do what's best, and he just kind of broke during the apocalypse, which can happen.
He became a father figure to Carl. He took care of Carl and Lori,
and then all of a sudden he got pushed to the wayside. And it's all Lori's doing, by the way, because the episode where they find out that Rick is back, Lori tells Shane to stay away from him, from her and her son.
Yeah,
like flat out says you can't be around us anymore.
They should have came clean. From the get-go.
Yeah.
Been like, oh my gosh, Rick, I didn't know you were still alive. We thought you were dead.
Yeah.
And Shane's been taking care of us, and, things kind of developed into a romantic deal. I'm sorry. And if Rick's going to hold a grudge, that's his problem.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and here's the other thing is, I was watching one of the episodes, and Lori was whispering in Rick's ear about how Shane was dangerous and needed to be taken care of.
Oh,
and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like Macbeth.
Yeah. Out damn spot.
Yes. And then October 26th is Supergirl.
Yes. Oh, so
season?
I'm excited. I hope this does well.
Me too.
I mean, we've seen the pilot,
and it looks pretty good. So.
And I really like the pilot.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
And then November 20th. Oh my gosh.
This was actually shocking to me.
Yeah. Jessica Jones, the Netflix series, the full season
is out
on November 20th.
We might have to.
We're gonna binge it.
Saturday binge that whole series,
just like we did with Daredevil. It's gonna be 2 days of nonstop Jessica Jones, and we'll talk a little bit later about what we think of the first look trailer that came out.
Yeah,
but I'm excited.
Yeah.
And then movies that have no release date yet.
Or TV shows.
Sorry. Agent Carter is set for 2016. This is season 2.
It doesn't have a date. Because
it's in production, though.
It'll be the mid-season break for
pretty much.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, whenever that is. Lucifer season 1 has a premiere expected for late 2015.
That's the Fox stuff. Did it get pushed back?
I don't know. I don't think so. It's probably just going to be like late October, mid-November that they start up Lucifer. Okay. I think Fox would be stupid if they didn't put it on in October because it's about the literal devil.
I was wondering if it got pushed back because it's getting pushback from Christian groups. Yeah, religious groups. Yeah. So I don't
Hopefully Fox doesn't think that they have any sway over them.
Don't let them kowtow. Don't kowtow to them, please.
Yeah. Legends of Tomorrow season 1 is scheduled for early 2016.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so it'll be a half season, just like the next one on our list, iZombie season 2, 2016.
It's only a half season?
Well, pretty much, because they started it in like January, and it went till the end of the season, so that's only like half the episodes.
No, it went till June.
It went till June?
Yeah, it was a full season.
Maybe, I don't know.
But I'm okay. So for the longest time, I used to think that if a TV series didn't have 20 episodes, it sucked. Now I'm okay. I would rather have 10 fantastic episodes
than 20
okay episodes.
And that's the thing is a lot of these companies are going away from that. We need 22 episodes, and if that's 7 episodes of filler, then so be it.
I also hope that companies start going away from only in the fall and winters when they do stuff. Do things in the summer, please.
It's fine.
We have nothing to watch in the summertime.
It's true.
I mean, we'll probably have this year. We might have a lot of this to catch up on.
Oh, yeah, we'll be catching up. Daredevil Season 2 is also scheduled for 2016.
Which was actually not supposed to happen.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Daredevil Season 1 and done. Yeah, 1 and done, and they were all 1 and done leading up to the
and now they'll probably all have multiple seasons. Unless Jessica Jones.
Yeah, Jessica Jones might not do very well, or it might do okay, but not great.
Yeah.
Also, Iron Fist and Luke Cage are still not scheduled.
Yeah.
Powers is getting a second season, but we're not really sure. Yeah, apparently they
need to watch the first season.
I'm okay with it. I'm like okay on it. And then
we should do it. If I'm going to watch Gotham, you need to watch Powers with me.
All right, fine. And then Preacher is also May 2016 is when that release date is coming.
Cool.
That's cool. So is there any that I missed?
There's a summer one right there.
That's true.
No, I was actually thinking of iZombie and you picked that one up. So that's
haha. So that's it. I mean,
that's a lot of stuff to watch.
That is like
it's a good thing we've got a TiVo or TiVo-like equipment.
19 different TV shows.
Not including Game of Thrones that will come out in March
and some other like web series and stuff because we watched the first episode of Vixen.
Yep.
And that was pretty cool for for a 5-minute cartoon.
Yeah.
And the next 2 episodes are out. We need to catch up on those. There's some other ones that are coming out that we need to catch up on that are like fan
Other Space.
stuff.
Other Space might be getting a second season.
There's so many different shows
Yeah.
that look good. And who knows, some of these like NBC shows coming out that aren't necessarily geeky but are okay.
Yeah.
Like there's this one where a girl has tattoos all over her body or something, and she ends up in like naked in a bag in the middle of Times Square, and she doesn't know how she got there, and she's got to like figure out what the tattoos on her body mean and everything, and she left herself clues apparently, but it's like I can't remember what it's called.
That's kind of like there's a space show out right now where these people wake up on a ship with no memory.
Yeah.
And the ship the ship won't work, and
and they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And they start discovering things about themselves, and it's nothing good.
yeah, they're all a bunch of bad people.
Yeah. But there's so much coming out, and I can't wait. So let's get into the casting couch. It looks like there are a couple rumors, and then one confirmation.
Okay.
So we'll start with another Captain Marvel theory. Apparently, the rumor is that Rebecca Ferguson is up for the role of Captain Marvel. And if you have seen the new Mission Impossible, you've seen her because she's the main female villain in it.
Yep. And I think she did a really good job in Mission Impossible.
Yeah. I thought she was kind of a badass.
Yeah. She'd come across that. I really hope that if they do Captain Marvel, they make her go blonde, they make her go short, spiky hair. They have to.
That's who she is.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what? Sometimes the only way to get certain people is to agree to stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I'm not going to dye my hair.
Yeah.
Well, then you're not playing our character. So,
so how do you feel about her as Captain Marvel?
I'm okay with anyone at this point as long as it's not Ronda Rousey.
Like, it's really made you okay with everybody.
Yeah, Ava Green could play
yeah, true. Well, she might be busy because
okay.
Eva Green and Sean Bean are reportedly up for villain roles in the Wonder Woman movie.
So
Eva Green as Cersei, and
Yep.
Sean Bean as Ares.
So
Ares is going to die at the end of the movie.
Ava Green actually, she plays great villains.
She does.
She's pretty much been a
She
villain
really
in everything
does.
I've seen her in.
Yeah, which is Sin City 2,
Sin City 2
and 302,
301.
which both were kind of a little floppy.
I did enjoy Sin City 2, though.
Yeah.
Not as much as the first one, obviously. But
And Sean Bean's been a good villain, too. He was in 007.
And she's actually, even
and
though
I guess
the movies,
Boromir is kind of a villain.
even though the movies were kind of crappy, that she was
She
in,
was good.
She played great roles. Yeah.
So that could be cool. We might at least have good villains for the Wonder Woman movie, even if you don't like the Wonder Woman herself, Scott.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
And apparently Wonder Woman is to begin filming in November.
Okay.
And it's going to be directed by Deborah Snyder.
Which is Zack Snyder's wife.
Yes.
So we had a previous director who's female as well, and they wanted to keep a female director for a female character, and that's fine. But they couldn't work something out with her, and so she ended up quitting the project or whatever.
And I believe that female director was the Thor 2 writer,
probably.
I think.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now they've got Zack Snyder's wife, which...
Yes.
Has she done anything?
No, probably not.
I mean, I'm not saying that she can't direct or anything, and I definitely wouldn't say that just because she's a woman.
Yeah.
Now people are gonna think I do. Deborah Snyder.
She probably won't even have an IMDb page, I bet.
No. Producer for 300,
which was a good movie.
Yeah,
that was Zach's movie.
So it looks like she's been a producer. She's a producer for Aquaman, Just League Part 1.
So she's been a producer for all of his movies, all the ones.
Yeah, so she's not even listed as the director on this yet. So maybe that's not even confirmed.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
out.
We'll find out. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like she's directing and Zack Snyder's helping, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who knows? And then we have another rumor that the new favorite for the new James Bond is Tom Hardy.
Okay.
Which I'm okay kind of with. I think Tom Hardy's better when he doesn't talk too much, like in Mad Max.
Okay.
I haven't really had him talk too much in any role.
You should probably see the movie Bronson.
Okay.
Where he plays like England's most famous serial killer who gets into fights in prison buck naked because it throws his enemies off. And apparently he's just creepy as hell. Okay. And not because of what he does, but because of how he speaks and stuff. So, but he's also been he was in Inception. He was talked in that. He was
I've never seen that.
He was the illusionist guy. Well, okay. We need to watch that one of these days and actually watch it.
Yeah. Not have the Blu-ray crap out halfway through.
Well, you know.
No, like a quarter of the way through.
Yeah.
And then we have an interesting star for the next Friday the 13th movie. Emma Watson is supposedly to star in it. And she's super excited about it. She says she loves horror movies and loves the Friday the 13th
I hope she gets killed in the movie. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I love it when
famous celebrities
do horror movies and then they die. And they usually die hilarious deaths.
I'm okay with if she's the main character too.
She was in This Is the End.
Yes.
And she did really good in that.
Yes, she's really good in that.
That's a comedy movie, but it also had horror themes to it, you know. So.
Yes. All right. Well, that's all I have for the casting couch. So now let's move on to trailers and videos.
Huh? So you're probably playing cards, and he cheated.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
Get back, witch!
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife. But after what you just said, I'm not even sure I want to be that anymore.
And now it is time for trailers and videos. Yeah. These are the videos that we have watched the last 2 weeks, and the trailers and stuff, and we're going to talk about them.
There's some really good ones.
We're going to give you our unsolicited opinions.
Whether you want them or not.
Yep.
Well, you're listening to this podcast, so we assume you want them.
So maybe they are solicited.
Do you want our opinions?
I want our opinions.
Get ready for our opinions in your ear holes.
All right. The first one we've got is the Flash Season 2 trailer.
Yeah. This is... Now, I'm not sure if this is the first trailer or not, but it's...
I don't know.
It's by far the coolest.
Probably of all of the TV trailers that we've seen so far. This is... So at the end of Flash Season 1, if you haven't finished it...
Flash forward about a minute.
Yeah, flash exactly. Run forward about a minute.
Yeah.
He gets sucked into that giant vortex, or he runs up into the vortex to try to stop it that's above the city, and it's sucking the city in. And he runs up there to try to stop it. And that's the end of it. He jumps and like freeze frames his face into the picture. Boom.
Which
end of episode.
I love the fact that on the Flash, the answer to every question is,
Run.
Can I do this by running fast?
Can I run really fast and do something, fix it? Yes, you can, because you're the Flash. So, Season 2.
Yes.
We've got Easter eggs galore. Oh. We've got Atom Smasher, which is from another universe, or from another alternate Earth, who can grow huge and bigger. He won't be growing 50-foot tall huge.
No.
But he will be... He picks up Flash in one hand,
and
he's holding him by his torso in one hand. So he's like Hulk big.
Exactly.
So that's awesome. We get a quick glimpse of Jay Garrick. I have heard rumors that the West family, Wally West, will be becoming another Flash.
Yes. A lot more speedsters, and that's what I'm excited for. You get reference to Professor Zoom, which I always thought was
kind of a dumb
the
name.
Reverse Flash, actually.
Yeah. Nope, different. And a couple other things going on. So, awesome trailer. I'm super excited for The Flash. It was our #1 pick for last year's comic book and geek shows.
A lot more competition this year.
I still think if they can keep up. They can keep up. I mean, come on. There's the line of...
The Flash can keep up.
There's a line of Gilded Glider, or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Golden Glider. Gilded? No, gilded. I know. I'm saying, why did I say gilded? Because usually you're gilded in gold.
Yeah.
Okay, Golden Glider is sitting on a table with Cisco, and she says something like, "You have a really cool gun," or something like that. And he goes, "If you like that, you should see my Nerf gun collection." And it just shows
Cisco best ever.
It just goes to show that Cisco is probably my favorite character.
And I like how they gave him that they gave him the female villain love interest.
Yeah.
Because that happens with heroes all the time. There's that one female villain that's like the Huntress in Arrow.
I don't know. Iris West is kind of a villain sometimes.
Yeah.
According
to us.
All right. The next one, Arrow Season 4's trailer. Yeah. And we both have opinions on this, I'm assuming.
It looks kind of lame.
It does. It really does. It looks so goofy.
So it looks like it'll be a fine season. You know, there's a lot into it.
It starts out with Oliver Queen going home to a little suburban house.
Wearing a green hood, by the way.
Yeah, well, he's running. He's jogging home. And Felicity's there being like all housewifey.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't believe that from her in 1 second.
No.
She probably can't make anything other than
ramen.
other than picking up the phone and ordering Thai food.
Exactly.
You know? So, this show's Diggle. Oliver Queen's sister. Leah.
Thea. It's been a while.
Thea
it has
Queen.
been a while.
They show her wearing the Speedy.
Yeah.
The red stuff. So, yeah.
And so the problem that I have with the trailer, and I don't know if this was just the quality of the trailer or if it was the quality of the video we saw, all of the sound effects were super quiet.
Yeah.
They were like muted, and it just felt really it felt really campy.
Now that I recall, that does sound correct.
Yeah.
Sound.
All right. But it looks like they're introducing some new good characters there. You got Damien Dark as the villain this time, which they kind of mentioned a little bit in the last season.
Yeah, he's Ra's al Ghul's
like arch enemy, basically. Yeah. You get to see, apparently in Arrow, they're going to cover Katie Lotes coming back as the White Canary, her in the Lazarus Pit and everything.
Yay, Sarah's
which is
back.
Cool. Because we love Sarah way more than Laurel.
Laurel. Gosh.
It looks like Mr. Urban Shaman himself.
Constantine.
Constantine's going to be it, which was the best part of the trailer, by the way.
Yes.
Was seeing that one shot of Constantine putting out a cigarette and dialing a phone.
Yep.
Which he's just going to be in it for one episode, but that's going to be the best episode. And then they'll put him on Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm really hoping, and it's by the way, it's the same Constantine that was on NBC's Constantine.
Yeah, but I was talking. Oh yeah, that's what's cool about it.
Yep.
But I was talking about Detective Lance.
Oh yeah,
because he's Dresden in the old Dresden TV show.
He's Harry Dresden. What if they meet up? Oh my gosh!
Think about it, Scott.
I am.
You remind me? You remind me of another urban shaman I used to know.
I used to know a guy that dabbled in magic as well.
Yeah,
like just something quick like that in passing. Oh, it'd be perfect.
But he looks like he's just as much of a dick to Oliver Queen as he was before, and you get to see more looks at Diggle's costume.
Oh, okay.
Which we talked about already.
Yes, we did. So, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had their Season 3 trailer as well. It's not really a trailer. It's more
like
of a teaser. You get to see Skye or Daisy now, which... Same thing.
Yeah.
Chloe Bennett, right? Is that her name?
Yes.
Chloe Bennett's character. She's actually wearing her...
Quake gloves.
Her Quake gloves, her Amplify gloves.
And she's using her powers.
Yay.
Like, she's using her powers really well, too.
And then they introduce at the very end, you get a silhouette of Lash.
Which is going to be the main bad guy, and he looks funny. I'm like, in the silhouette, and we talked about this, he looks like... the old like an old Ninja Turtles villain from the live action TV, or the live action movies, and
kind of does.
You know what? I like those,
but that's just a silhouette. It may look a lot better.
It's
in
true.
Full color, we don't know for sure.
So my wife saw that for the first time, and she starts laughing, and she's like, "Did they bring back Raina?"
Oh yeah,
she thought it was Raina because his hair is like long and spiky. Yeah. And it looks first of all, it looks like a Super Saiyan.
No.
But second of all,
he looks like a bipedal hedgehog.
Exactly.
He really does.
So it's Sonic.
He's Sonic. He is basically Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Inhuman.
Sonic the Inhuman Hedgehog.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks fine.
Yeah. We'll see. It's coming out soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So we talked about the app and about what it does, and the trailer is just basically a lot of real-world shots with Pokemon superimposed in them. You know, and there's Pikachu and Charizard and Blastoise and things like that. And then there's Mewtwo at the end. And
It's not a real representation of what it's going to be.
No.
It's super hyped up.
It's very hyped up. In fact, they show basically Times Square. It's like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Mewtwo appears. Defeat him
and everybody in Times
minutes,
Square is attacking,
and everyone in Times Square is freaking out, and then he gets captured,
and they all cheer,
and it's like no, there might be like 3 people in Times Square.
Yeah, it'll be like
watching,
20 people surround in a circle, like
on their phone.
Yeah.
So, again, Pokemon. This might not be as good. Every other game like that has not done well.
No.
Ingress is not very popular anymore.
Well, they're popular for a little bit, and then they fade.
Geez, just the one... What was the one where it was like you would check in? Foursquare. You would check in at places and become like the mayor of Burger King and like the king of Sinclair.
Okay.
And it was just like every time you went to a place, you just like checked in on it. And it was kind of just a competition thing, but it was a quick like... Are you here? Yes. You know? And there was nothing really more complicated.
It's all a ploy for the NSA to be able to track you.
Probably true. Well, you don't think they can already with their plan?
There's actually a conspiracy theory out there that Throwback Thursday was developed so that the NSA could get pictures that hadn't been uploaded to the internet yet from your past.
Okay.
Like they made it.
We got a trailer for Doctor Who Series 9.
Yeah, just one of the episodes, right?
Peter Capaldi. And it's got, of course, it's got Daleks in it and the new companion.
Every Doctor Who trailer.
And like a whole field of, the one thing I thought was cool, a whole field of hands that had eyeballs in the hands.
So I've never seen a Doctor Who trailer that didn't have Daleks in it.
That's because they're the Doctor Who's villains.
Yeah.
I mean,
like he's got a huge rogues gallery though, and they're just focused. They always just focus on the Daleks. But I mean, it looks fine
because
the quality looks great on it.
They are the most threatening. That's why they get
true.
shot on. So the quality is upped a huge notch.
I like
the previous
that quality,
ones.
Yeah.
I watched a few lines of Capaldi's Doctor, and I don't like him
really
because he's kind of a dick. And that might just be Capaldi coming through because apparently he's a jerk too.
Oh wow!
In real life, so that's unfortunate that the quote last Doctor is a jerk. However, there will be another one, and it might be a female.
You know what it'll be? Is at the end of this series, the Doctor will die, and like his essence will be reborn into a new Doctor, like basically the son of the Doctor or the daughter of the Doctor,
Yeah.
And I've got a 13 incarnations myself. I do.
Yep.
I don't know why he's Irish and a leprechaun, but
apparently
he's ginger.
Speaking of weird little creatures,
yes.
Krampus.
Yes.
There's a movie coming out called Krampus, and it's coming out in December. And if you know who Krampus is, he's the German.
Yes, he's German.
Folklore. He's the opposite of Santa Claus.
Yeah, when kids are bad,
and kidnaps the children and takes them to his place.
Only the bad children.
Only the bad ones.
Usually.
Yeah.
But it looks like this one's going to be a horror movie about a family that gets hunted by the Krampus.
It looks pretty funny.
It looks really funny. I want to go see it.
I don't think they're trying to make it scary. I think they're trying to make it funny.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I'll see it.
It won't be like Jennifer's Body, where it was supposed to be a scary movie and it ended up being a comedy. But it's going to be the other way around. It'll be a comedy that's scary.
Anything that Megan Fox tries for is the exact opposite.
That's true.
Like they're like, "Hey, we need you to play this serious," and she acts goofy.
Yep.
Because she doesn't understand words, I guess.
Or acting?
Acting?
Do you understand acting?
Yeah.
I don't know. Then we've got our Jessica Jones announcement trailer, which this trailer is actually, it's very simple. It's very stylized though.
Yeah.
It is all like watercolors. It's really cool.
And it's just like quick flashes of scenes and things like
and
like
it's comic book-ish style. Like the scene is the guy gets thrown through the window and it kind of, you see the glass shatter and him come out about a foot or two and then it freeze frames.
Yeah, and that's what's really cool about it. And you get to see the Avengers Tower, her standing in the street and the Avengers Tower is behind her. And it just looks, I mean, and at the end of it, like, it didn't show you anything about
you didn't even
character.
It was not a single live action shot in the whole thing. And at the end, I went, I'm in.
Yeah, do it.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm all for it. The next one, we got a funny clip that Key and Peele have been doing a lot of these.
I love Key and Peele.
It's a Neil deGrasse Tyson and how he deals with his wife, which is weird because his wife's actually a white chick.
In
real life.
Oh, in real life?
Yes.
Okay.
He's married to a white girl. And
well, they had to have a part for Key.
Exactly. So the wife comes in and is like, Neil deGrasse Tyson, you didn't keep track of the dog and he pissed all over my drapes.
Blah, blah,
and
blah.
you can't even keep track of the small details. And then he turns toward the camera and says, well, Actually,
It's the
it's
small,
small details that we can't really keep track of fundamentally. And
Yeah.
he just goes off into this big thing. His wife's in the background going, "What? What?"
And at the end, like his wife's like, "Okay, well, just watch for it next
Next time, honey." And he's like, "Yes, dear."
It's really great, and
Really
it's got
funny.
a good punchline to it.
And we'll post all those, of course. And there's 3 of them that they've done so far.
Yeah, and they'll all be in the same video. So just in case you're wondering, we only have the first one.
Next one we saw was the first 5 minutes. Well, it says first 5 minutes. It's really like 3 of Halo 5 Guardians. It's the opening cinematic, and so it looks cool. I really wish it was
really
video.
does, yeah.
Aren't they? I heard that someone was doing.
There was talk of it being a movie. I think Xbox is doing a TV series, but I don't know if it's anywhere in development or whatnot.
The graphics look great on it, and
Nathan Fillion's cool in it.
Yeah. There's a lot of awesome fight scene in it. They basically base jump out of a ship and down onto a big snow-covered mountain and fight a bunch of Covenant on their way to rescue someone.
Yeah.
So it's a cool thing. Check it out. We liked it. So yeah.
We got a Macbeth trailer, Scott.
Yes, and I was going to let you take this because
Yeah.
I am not a classic
Like
Shakespearean lover. I don't really care. I mean, I'm sorry. I understand his contribution to the English language and to plays in general and acting, and that's great. That's fine. I just don't care. I don't watch anything of his or see any play or read a play, and I'm actually like, this is so good. It's just like, well, it exists.
Okay,
But that's why I'm letting you do it.
So hard for me to get people excited about this trailer now.
I'm letting you do it because you're the theater geek.
I am the theater geek. It's been a couple days since I've seen it, but it looks like a good adaptation. I'm going to have to watch it again, and you can't really. So the problem with Shakespeare plays, well, besides them being really hard to read,
it's Michael Fassbender.
Yes,
he is Macbeth.
Yeah, and it's really hard to tell if they're sticking with the story based on the trailer.
Yeah,
because trailers jump around so much.
That's true.
So I'm gonna have to see this, and I'm gonna have to. I don't know if I can't even tell if it's in Shakespearean verse or not.
Yeah,
like I think it is. Like I said, it's been a little
it
bit
won't
since I've
be,
seen the trailer.
I'll tell you this: it won't be.
Yeah, it really shouldn't be,
because you won't be able to get the average public to go watch it if it is these and thous and thy and this. No, it'll be normal time appropriate speech.
Yeah,
but not overblown.
I think one of my favorite Shakespeare adaptations is Romeo and Juliet, set in like 1950s, 60s New York.
Okay.
Or actually, maybe it's like 70s or 80s. But it's Leonardo DiCaprio as Romeo, and it's like warring mob families.
Oh, wow.
It's really cool, actually.
Cool,
I enjoy it. And it's got John Leguizamo in it.
All right.
Speaking of Luigi Mario.
Next ones on our list are Bat Metal. So, there is a person on YouTube. I can't remember the guy's name. If you can click that link and get us
get that up here.
Get it for it. You might have to pause it so it doesn't make noise.
You might hear something for a moment.
His name is Ari Bess. ARHYBES. That is his channel. Go check it out. He takes songs from death metal bands, and in this case, it's one called Deathlock.
Yeah, there's one. It's by Deathlock.
By Deathlock. The song is Deathlock. By Deathlock.
It's Face Fister, I think, is what the name of the song was.
I'm not 100% sure.
That's the Macbeth trailer.
Yeah, but anyway,
that's not heavy metal.
Anyway, he takes songs that are actual real death metal songs, and then he makes Batman-style animation rock videos on top of them.
Face-Fisted is the name of it.
And the other one is
because we'll talk about
Mermaider,
and that's Bat Metal Returns if you're looking it up. And they are both hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I hate most metal music, and I've listened to a lot of it to try to see if I can get into it because I have a lot of friends that like it.
Yeah,
I can't. I really can't. I can't stand the screaming into the microphone. I can't understand anything they're saying.
But Deathlock is a great band.
But because they're funny.
They're a funny death metal band, which is amazing. Just like Psycho Stick.
They are not safe for work due to the language in them.
Yeah, definitely.
But you should still check them out because they are hilarious.
They are just fantastic.
Yeah. We've got a short that was created by his character, or his name is Mystery Guitar Man on YouTube. That's his channel. He does a lot of.
Oh, so this was his creation completely.
Yeah,
I thought he just had a part in it.
No, well, both. He has both. And it's Invincible is what it's called, and it is a fan film based off the comic Invincible. And if you know, Invincible's from Image Comics.
It's from the same creator as the creator of The Walking Dead.
Yep.
Kirkman. Robert Kirkman?
Yes, Robert Kirkman. And very, very popular comic as far as comics go.
And from what I understand, fantastic writing on it.
Anyways, it's very funny.
It's funny and snarky, and it basically takes the superhero genre and pokes fun at it.
Yep.
So
we've got a trailer for The Hateful Eight.
Finally.
We
have done this so many times where it's been like, oh, this is, a trailer, but it's not really. Now we finally have a teaser trailer.
And if you don't know The Hateful Eight, that is Quentin Tarantino's new movie. It's coming out.
6th movie?
8th movie.
Is it 8th?
It is his 8th movie.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
And it's supposed to be his last one before he, quote, retires.
We'll see.
We'll see about that. But it looks awesome.
It
the movie
really
looks fantastic.
does.
It's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. It's got, the main dude with the big
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Got Kurt Russell in it, and a whole bunch of other people that you've seen before.
From Tarantino movies.
From Tarantino movies and stuff. It's got the character that played Bud
in Kill Bill.
In Kill Bill. He's in it. I can't remember the guy's name.
He's also in Reservoir Dogs. He's
he's one of the main characters in Reservoir Dogs.
That's such a good movie.
It looks fantastic.
It really does.
And it is a full-blown Western.
Another Western, which I love.
Another, do you consider Django a Western?
Yeah.
I don't really consider that one a Western.
Why not?
It's in the South. I consider it a Southern.
Move on.
So the next one you actually posted it is a Batman vs Superman rap battle.
Yes.
It is just like epic rap battles,
Which there's so many different channels for those now.
And it's all animated. So go check that out. It's funny.
It is funny.
And they poke fun of each other.
Yep.
Especially like all their movies and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Then we've got an Age of Ultron gag reel, which I'm kind of disappointed that it's not longer.
Well, I think it's just the sneak peek for the gag reel that comes out with the movie.
Yeah, and it was only, 30 seconds long.
Yeah.
But I was already loving it. And
Pretty funny.
I always forget, and I guess this makes it a good movie. I forget that those are real people.
Yeah. You're thinking that Mark Ruffalo is Bruce Banner.
I really forget that.
Yeah.
And I guess that makes it a good movie. That makes it, if they can portray that and get me to forget who they are in real life and only see them as the character, that means in my book they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
When I see Dredd, I forget it's Carl Urban.
Yeah, it's Dredd.
And I'm like, that's Dredd. that is great. So
Age of Ultron comes out October 2nd.
Yes.
So you can check out this gag reel sneak peek and then go own the real copy.
Yeah. We've got a short film that actually won a kind of a contest. It's like a film festival contest. And it's called Wire Cutters. It's about two robots that mine on a planet. I don't know if it's Earth or not, but
I don't think it's Earth. I think they're mining kryptonite, though.
Because it's all green and glowy,
Yeah.
which is funny. But maybe they're the anti-Superman mining companies.
That's true.
But it's the two robots, and it's all wordless, which I really like animated films that have no words.
Same here. I think any short animated film doesn't need to have words to be good.
I think it's like the one with the giant blocking the giant boulder, and that one was good. And a couple others we've seen are pretty good. But check it out. It's very well done. The quality on it is great.
Yeah,
very great. So then we've got a trailer for the Mad Max video game based off of Fury Road.
So
it is
you
wild.
make a left turn when you're not supposed to?
Right. It looks wild. It says you can either travel on to Gastown or you can turn left. Which one do you want to do?
Yeah.
It's a choose-your-own-adventure game.
Travel on to Gastown.
You go to Gastown with no incidents.
Great. On your way back, you get dysentery.
Yeah, you die of dysentery. It looks wild. It really does.
Okay.
So I'm not a huge fan of video games that
Or after
movies, or even before movies,
or even video games based on movies, or movies based on video games.
Because
for that matter.
because it's not, the video game is usually just a follow the story of the movie in the game. There might be some deeper stuff in it, but generally it's that. Except for things like the Walking Dead games apparently are amazing.
Yeah, they're like companion pieces to everything.
So, that kind of stuff's cool. The next one we've got is a short called 1 Minute Time Machine. If you'll recall, last episode I talked about the one called I'm You, Dickhead.
Yes.
And it's about a guy that goes back in time to try to teach himself how to play guitar so he can get laid.
Yeah.
That's basically what the premise of the whole time travel is. This one is a guy builds a 1 minute time machine, and he's trying to win over a girl. So every time he messes up, he hits the button and reverts back in time to 1 minute. And then he can change his answer. Because he's like, hey, would you like to go to dinner? And she's like, and then he hits it again. He's like, hey, we need to go to dinner. And she's like, well, okay.
I'm my confident guy,
Yeah.
And then he messes up.
Hits it again. Yeah. He hits it again, and he's like, we need to go back to my place right now and have wild sex. And she's like, finally, someone that's willing to just say what they mean. And anyways, that part's funny, but the funny part is after he finds out what this machine is doing to
to him, and basically to what time travel is,
right? And it's funny.
It is very,
but also
funny.
Very terrifying.
Yes.
Is it really a 1 minute time machine or a murder box?
Or a murder box?
Then the last one we've got, and this one actually I hope does really well.
Yeah, me too. I was surprised about this. I usually bring these to your attention.
Yeah. It is a Pixar animated short. And I say Pixar, I don't know if it's endorsed by the company, but it's by a couple of the guys that work at Pixar.
They've been working on this for 5 years?
5 years. It's a short called Borrowed Time. It's about an old West sheriff who is reliving like a scene of an old accident type deal. And it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animated Western.
What if cowboys had feelings?
Yep. And yes, we've had an animated Western before, but Rango wasn't as good as I hoped it would be.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Rango?
I've never seen it.
It actually is okay. It's got a rattlesnake whose the end of his tail is a machine gun, Scott.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does he have to wiggle it back and forth to shoot?
No, he just brings it around
fires.
and it spins. Yeah.
So not even a machine gun, it's a Gatling gun.
Oh, Gatling guns, yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
And he's played by the guy who plays Davy Jones.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. Which, he just sounds like Davy Jones, but
Yeah.
Okay, we need to watch it because it's all right.
All right,
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, that's it, right?
So far, yeah, that's if we missed any, if you got any cool ones you like, let us know.
Yeah, for now, let's just move on to our fantastic picks of the week.
Name? Mario. Last name? Mario. Okay, what's your name? Luigi. Luigi? No, Luigi Mario. Okay, look, how many Marios are there between the two of you? There's three. It's Mario, and Luigi Mario.
And now it's time for our picks of the week.
So what if Mario's real first name wasn't Mario, so it's not Mario? It's
something like fettuccine.
It's like Kevin
Mario.
Kevin Mario.
Yes.
But everyone likes the name Mario because it's Luigi Mario and it's the Mario brothers. So they're right. It's either his name is Mario or it's Steve Mario.
Kevin Mario.
Kevin Mario. Rob Mario.
I think it's way too racist of me to have said fettuccine as my go-to Italian name.
Fettuccine Mario. Spaghetti Mario.
What is an Italian name? Like, I can't even think of any. All that's coming to mind is pasta.
Yeah, okay. If I was
Alfredo Mario.
Alfredo. If I was Italian, I'd name all my kids after pastas. Rigatoni Mario.
You'd pretty much have
bow tie pasta Mario.
Bow-tie pasta. That's not even. Oh my God, you're killing me.
Right.
You are literally killing me.
Corey,
it's time for our picks of the week.
Yes, it is. Corey, what is your pick of the week this week?
So, sorry. Okay, I think I'm okay. So
Do we need to pause?
No. Okay, so I love dwarves.
Yes.
Like my favorite fantasy, like besides dragons, because everybody loves dragons.
Everybody loves dragons.
Yeah, but they're my favorite fantasy race out there. And it used to be centaurs. But that's a completely different story about how I switched from centaurs to dwarves.
Is it because of the Harry Potter centaur stuff?
No.
About how they...
No, that's just centaurs.
They take umbrage to the...
You read that, huh? Yeah. No, I just love dwarves because I think they are fantastic, and they don't get as much love as they should.
That's true. Let's see, the most dwarves you ever see on TV are either the Seven Dwarfs, which are they're not dwarves, they're dwarfs.
Yeah,
yeah, they're not dwarves.
No,
yeah, they're just
they are. I mean, they're minors.
They're more gnomes than dwarves. To me.
They are kind of gnomish.
Yeah. And in The Hobbit. You get to see dwarves in that.
And those dwarves are amazing.
Right, but it's only 13 of them for the most part. The very last movie has that army of dwarves.
That's true.
But you know nothing of their society.
They're always regulated to like secondary characters.
Yeah, so in Lord of the Rings, they go to the Mines of Moria, this massive underground city that has been built by the dwarves, yet there are no dwarves.
Yep.
Where are they?
Yeah.
What do they do for fun? What do their women actually look like? No one knows.
Nobody knows.
Right.
So this is a Kickstarter based on a book called Dwarves.
Oh, I did not know that.
It's actually a book series that I'm going to have to get. But the game is called Dwarves, and it is a tactical RPG video game that these people are developing.
Okay.
Like full 3D. And basically what happens is...
Kind of like Diablo style?
A little bit. You're overhead.
Third-person overhead view. Okay.
And you run around as a dwarf. And it's always your group of dwarves is outnumbered against a bunch of orcs coming to attack you.
Okay.
And that's like kind of the basic premise for the game. And you have to use your tactics and your dwarf amazingness to overcome these challenges.
Your dwarfisms?
Your dwarfisms, yeah.
Okay.
Because 13 dwarves can take on 100 orcs.
Apparently.
No problem.
Yeah.
And so I backed it. I got you to back it.
Yes.
You and I backed it together so that we could get that little 2-person deal for it. But it is super cool. Go check it out on Kickstarter. It's just called Dwarves, and it's so good. It looks like a fun game. If not for anything else, it's like $25. Like that's any game for $25 is going to be good.
That's good in my book.
Especially for one that's going to be about the best fantasy race ever.
Alrighty. I don't know how I can top that.
Oh,
I'll try.
I think you can.
Okay, my pick of the week this week is dice.
You are a dice.
I am a dice whore. I love dice. I love collecting them. I love using them in tabletop games. I love just having them.
And these are amazing.
This one is called Little Clues Custom Dice. That's the Kickstarter name. So Little, CLUUS, Little Clues Custom Dice. They are clear dice with handcrafted, molded out of clay dragons inside of them. And they are standard size D20s. They have larger ones, but you can do standard size D20s. You can do larger ones. You can do every color of dragon under the rainbow.
It looks cool.
They are amazing. The best thing, too, scroll down a little bit. Have you looked through this?
Not too much.
Okay, they have a Dragon Guardian. It is a custom sculpted dragon that has its tail curled, and you put the dice in the tail.
That's right. I've seen those before,
and they are so cool. And the woman that does these, she is amazing at it. They're just awesome. And so her Kickstarter is basically to sell the dice first, but it's also to raise money so she can get a laser engraving machine, so she can engrave the numbers into the dice and make them perfect, just like you'll see it on here.
Yeah.
She's got a whole bunch of them. So they are standard dodecahedron D20s, just like you would get from Chessex or from WizKids.
Yeah.
They have regular size and
there's the dragon
small
holder.
ones, and they have a whole bunch of those. And you can
Those
choose.
are so cool.
If you back it, you get to choose your colors. You get to choose your dragon's pose. Whether or not they glow
even
in the
if
dark.
you don't do any RPGs,
go look at it.
It's so cool and so unique of a dice set to have. Yes. You can get rainbow UV dice.
Yeah,
she's got available,
and gummy dice. They look like they. And she said she's actually gonna make gummy food dice, so you can buy them to eat them.
Oh wow,
yeah,
wow. So, just so you know, the Dwarves has 24 days to go. They are about halfway towards their. Well, no, they only need about 100,000 left.
Right,
which That's a lot of money, but that's what video games are. So go back to them. You got 24 days. If you pay, I think I said $25, you get the game, and you get a mention. Like there's an army of marching orcs and everything, and your name appears as one of the orcs.
Okay,
kind of stuff.
Cool.
And then the custom dice is already funded.
Well over. She's reached her 4th stretch goal so far. And they got 20 more days for that. Please go support her. I just love this. I've spent so much money on this. On the backing. So
I need to back it at least to get one of the D20s with the dragon in it, because those
she makes the large ones too. So
I'm not a big fan of the larger D20s.
But if you're just using it to like just sit on your shelf,
true.
Your dragon shelf.
That's true. I do
have
have
dragon stuff. This would be a perfect thing for it.
That's how much of a geek I am. I have a dragon shelf.
It's a dragon shelf. Everyone should have a dragon
with
shelf.
Treasure on it, by the way.
That's true.
I have a diamond the size of a baby's head. Not really, actually. The size of my dog's head.
Yes. Yeah.
My dog's kind of got a small.
Not a real diamond. Don't try to come rob our house.
No, it's all glass, but it's all cool, and both of those are super cool.
Yep.
A couple great Kickstarters.
Again, that's Dwarves video game on Kickstarter, and Little Clues, CLUUS, custom dice. Check them out.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and that's a podcast.
That
right there.
That is 100% of a podcast.
We are the definition of a podcast.
Yep.
Two people talking into microphones at each other.
Corey didn't bring the fruit this time.
No, I didn't bring the fruit. Not like last time.
Nope. That'll be it for this week, folks.
So if you have a cool Kickstarter that you would like to bring to our attention, we'd love to talk. Like if you have a Kickstarter that's your personal geek Kickstarter, we'd love to hear about it.
Yeah.
And we'd love to talk about it on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we would love to help creators do, in our little way.
And
that
if someone wanted to do that, how could they get hold of us?
Well, they can go to facebook.com and look up Acts of Geekery or facebook.com/Acts of Geekery and leave us a comment on any of our videos.
You can also send us an email. It is actsofgeekery@gmail.com.
You can go to Twitter. We are at Acts of Geekery, or just use the hashtag Acts of Geekery and we'll find you there.
Yep. You can also go to youtube.com, look up our channel. It's Acts of Geekery. We post all of our podcasts up there.
Go subscribe to that channel,
yes,
too.
please subscribe to it. That'd be great.
You can leave a comment on any of those
If we get
videos.
enough subscribers, I can actually change it to youtube.com/Acts of Geekery.
Yeah.
Because right now it's like /CEUMTX765. It's some stupid random number.
Yeah. Or,
last but not least,
yes, go to iTunes. Like just subscribe to our podcast. Leave us a 5-star review. That helps more people find the show.
You always say that. You're not forced to leave a 5-star. You can leave whatever star you feel like.
No, leave a 5-star review.
We would like 5 stars.
No, I'm telling you, leave a 5-star review.
Okay.
You listen to this entire podcast. The least you could do. Sorry.
But subscribe on there. Leave us a review. Leave us a rating.
Leave us.
The more we get of those, we can get on new and noteworthy. We can get more and more people. We can do more and more stuff.
And please go comment on our page with your favorite pasta name for your Mario character.
Yes. What if you were creating a Mario character?
Yep.
What would its pasta name be? And all of those are ACTS, not AXE.
Well, until next time, I'm Corey,
and I'm Scott,
and we're the Brothers Geek.
Keep geeking out
to infinity and beyond and beyond.